I think the first rankings is not something that I really lose sleep over. I think I was a little surprised, quite frankly, that we were as low as we were and that Cincinnati was as low. But nothing that I lost any sleep over because it's the first week and there's so much more movement, that's going to occur. So nothing that, again, that I got, too concerned about because there's plenty of football left. I can go back to 2012 where we were, we had virtually no path and ended up playing for a championship. So yeah, I think at first I was a little surprised, but like I said, the first one is just everybody's kind of just feeling it out and putting some names down on paper. There's so much more football to be played. The rankings later in the month will mean so much more. I think it's the system more than anything else. I mean, there's been some quarterbacks in years past that have been just superior in terms of their athletic ability. They have a really good quarterback this year. But I think, more than anything else, it's the system itself that you're going against, and how important it is to be, so fundamentally sound. And you've got to win one-on-one matchups. And, that's the thing. You're playing an offense that you don't see the rest of the year. We didn't see it last week, and we won't see it next week. So you have to shift gears. You're not doing things in your practice schedule that you normally do. So it's really getting out of a comfort zone more than anything else. And that's difficult because you're so used to getting into routines. And so Navy gets you out of that routine. Logan is an interesting young man. He's quiet in some respects, but one of the things that he has a very strong opinion on is what goes on in front of him. And he makes his opinion heard. And he's right. He's got a good football IQ. And he's not afraid to talk to those guys in the right way. He does it in the right way. And they have a pretty good relationship early on in his time here. So I hadn't quite seen that before, but JP's right. It caused a little bit of an early pushback, but they've got a great relationship now. He's ahead of the curve relative to where this injury would normally be. Whether that puts him in a playoff bowl game scenario, that's yet to be determined, but he's at least put himself in that consideration because he's a little bit ahead of the curve. So he's moving around. He's in, obviously every day in our strength and conditioning. Is at every practice. He's been really diligent from that standpoint.